Giant machines, blistering boosters, armor plates singing under fire. Mech games shouldn't feel this fresh in 2025, and yet they do. The genre keeps splintering in the best way. Some entries go full speed and sparks, others slow into battlefield chess, and a few let you live inside the machine. Today, we're touring the best mech experiences you can jump into right now. Some loud, some clever, some surprisingly peaceful. If you discover even one new favorite, tap like so this reaches more mech heads, and subscribe because I'm dropping deep dive loadouts and don't make this mistake guides next. Let's start where the metal screams. Armored Core 6 is a razor-sharp ballet of boosters and boss fights that reward intent over panic. The moment your frame clicks with your hands, the game stops being hard and starts being honest. Titanfall 2 may be older, but the campaign flows like a single breath. Smart, kinetic, and still unmatched for momentum. Vanquish is pure swagger. Slide boost under fire, flip to slow time, erase a squad in a heartbeat. If you want Skydrunk style, Zone of the Enders. The second runner is a time capsule with modern polish. Brash, weightless, and unafraid to be cool. These are the spark-tasting picks. The ones that say, don't overthink it, move like you mean it. But the other end of the hanger wins wars with silence. Battletech turns fantasy into logistics, terrain, heat, armor facings, pilot injuries. Every choice lands with consequences. Between contracts, you're not just bolting on guns, you're running a company and living with what your loadouts did to your budget. Into the Breach looks tiny until it makes you feel monumentally clever. Each map is a puzzle board where perfect play saves cities and pride. For classic flavor with modern sheen, Front Mission First remake scratches that deliberate hit location itch. Phantom Brigade blends turns with a visible timeline, so a good plan feels prophetic when it lands. And if you crave mass, Supreme Commander 2 still brings experimental walkers and map-bending endgames, while Iron Harvest adds diesel punk grit and a story that sells every clank. Here, victory doesn't sound like explosions, it sounds like a plan working. Some players don't want to command a mech, they want to be one. Vox Machina seats you in a cockpit that feels built, not skinned. Every lever and gauge hums like the machine has a soul. Fights are slower but meaner, and hills suddenly matter. Iron Rebellion doubles down on tactile controls, sticks, switches, and rituals that make a shutdown feel like parking an actual war machine. These are experiences, not checklists. When you power down, you'll still hear the whir. Need something sharper and stranger? The indie wing keeps the genre honest. Brigador. Up-armored edition is destruction as design. Neon streets crumble under treads while discipline rules keep the chaos readable. Mech Engineer is for tinkerers. Tune weight, heat, and power, then watch your decisions bloom or melt on the field. Mecha Nights, nightmare dishes, waves for pure catharsis when all you want is your build to sing. Strike Suite Zero blurs fighter and mech, transform, carve through capital ships, and leave contrails of anime core thrills. Don't sleep on Templar Battle Force. The top-down look hides a chewy tactics loop and talent trees that make squads feel yours. These titles experiment. They take risks, they stick because they're unmistakably themselves. Mechs aren't always about breaking planets. Sometimes they're about building them. The Riftbreaker anchors a base building loop to your exosuit. Push out, fortify, upgrade, repeat until an hour vanishes without a fuss. On the calmer side, Lightyear Frontier turns the suit into a home. Farm, craft, explore, and actually live in your machine. If you've wanted the mech fantasy without the body count, this is your lane. These games answer a different question. Not, how do I win this fight, but how do I settle this world? Everything gets louder with friends. Mech Warrior Online delivers clan-on-clan discipline. red sightlines, trade armor, call focus fire, and push as a wave. Wins feel earned because they require a plan, not just aim. Mech Warrior 5. Mercenaries shines in co-op. Take contracts, drop as a lance, and watch cities crumble as comms fill with target calls. Mods and DLC keep the sandbox lively, and 4-player runs are perfect for a Friday night. One competitive, one cooperative, both gloriously loud. There's still room for odd machines in the hangar. Metal Wolf Chaos XD is maximalist energy, with a wink, a relic that's weird in all the right ways. Iron Brigade fuses trench-walking chassis with tower defense thinking. Plans that shoot back are deeply satisfying. And Iron Harvest deserves the repeat nod for mood alone. Muddy fields, brass and steam limbs, and hard-earned victories that feel like they matter. So what's next? After the breakout of Armored Core's return, you can feel smaller teams experimenting with movement systems and boss philosophies that reward intent rather than grind. Tactical fans keep pushing BattleTech-style depth through mods and wish lists, proving there's room to grow without losing clarity. Co-op loyalists circle back to Mech Warrior 5 because the fantasy of dropping as a lance simply works. Any project that nails that cadence will find a waiting audience. On the peaceful frontier, Lightyear-style loops are carving a niche where mechs are companions, not weapons. No wild promises, just open hangar doors and more ideas taxiing to the runway. If you're still here, you probably found at least one new favorite, or remembered an old one to reinstall. Tell me which mech mood you're in tonight. Dingsta Speed Demon, Chess Player, Cockpit Lifer, Indie Explorer, Base Builder, or Squad Leader. I'll pin a comment with a starter kit for each lane based on what you pick. If this roundup helped, hit like so it lands in front of more pilots, and subscribe for the deep dives, beginner builds, boss breakdowns, co-op loadouts, and the one change that makes Armored Core feel 10 times better. Metal cools, pilots don't. And see you in the next drop.